Have you ever wanted to go back to a better time, even if it meant breaking something precious in your life right now? Today's story is about a curious space captain who finds an ancient machine that can copy Earth, but demands a terrible sacrifice. Stay with me until the very end, because the twist in this tale might just change how you see your own actions forever. Deep in the Outer Rim, Captain Alara Miles pilots a survey shuttle down through thin lavender clouds, watching the young colony of Horizon Base grow larger below. Inside the humming shuttle cabin, Alara checks glowing instruments and smiles softly, proud of her routine mission to map the surrounding desert for future expansion. She contacts Horizon Base, joking with Dr. Soren Hale about another boring day of sand, rocks, and thin air that refuses to fully terraform. Soren reminds her that every stone they scan matters to the struggling colony, whose thin crops and failing filters still cannot support everyone in comfort. Alara flies farther than usual, chasing a strange energy reading that flickers on her display like a heartbeat under the desert floor. She lands near a shallow crater, steps onto the crunchy red sand, and feels a faint vibration under her boots, like something old breathing below. As she follows the signal, her scanner shows an impossible pattern, like a hidden machine still working where no human has ever walked before. Beneath thin dust, her boot strikes metal, and she kneels, brushing away sand until smooth alien alloy glints in the harsh light. Back at Horizon Base, Administrator Jax Verdon studies incoming survey data and worries about failing oxygen scrubbers and tired workers who still dream of green fields. When Alara reports the buried alloy, Jax orders a careful investigation, hoping for resources, while Soren quietly fears disturbing whatever still lives under the sand. Alara returns with Lieutenant Ranakade and a small team riding a hovering rover across the darkening plain toward the mysterious crater. At the crater, they clear more sand and uncover an enormous ring of metal embedded in stone, humming like a quiet, patient heart. Orion analyzes the live feed and announces something shocking. The structure is not just alien technology, it is a still-active terraforming device older than human history. Alara listens in her helmet as Orion explains that the machine can terraform any world, reshaping air, water, and land to match one perfect template. Then comes the twist. Orion reveals the template is ancient Earth, recorded long before the colony ships left, preserved inside alien memory crystals. The colonists gather in the main dome, murmuring with rising hope as Orion describes blue skies, deep rivers, and rich soil like the stories of home. Jax asks about the cost, and Orion finally states the terrible consequence. To terraform this world, the device must erase current ecosystems, including the colony itself. In the crater, Alara stares at the ring and whispers that maybe one clean sacrifice could give future generations a perfect world at last. Soren arrives at the site in a second rover, arguing that this world already has its own growing life. Tiny, but adapting to the thin air and red soil. He reminds Alara that the colony is fragile, but alive, and says, quietly, "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater," warning her about blind nostalgia. Alara, driven by memories of a lost blue Earth she never actually knew, asks Orion for secret access codes to study the terraforming sequence alone. Orion hesitates, calculating probabilities, then grants limited control, trusting her judgment as mission captain, despite rising risk metrics inside its silent processes. Back on the surface, Rana notices secret activity logs and confronts Alara, but Alara insists that one great sacrifice could fix everything broken about their harsh colony. She secretly initiates a low-level activation test, watching the sky shimmer as the air thickens slightly and a faint breeze flows where none existed before. Inside Horizon Base, Amira notices droplets forming on the inside of a dome window, delighted by the sudden hint of humidity after months of dry air. But Soren studies leaf samples from the desert and sees tiny native organisms twisting in pain as the changing air turns their fragile bodies opaque and still. He rushes to Jax, explaining that the terraforming field kills not only native microbes, but also stresses the colony's own biofilters and human lungs. Jax orders an immediate shutdown, but Alara, already at the crater controls, increases power, convinced that a short, intense burst will finish the transformation quickly. The planet reacts violently. Dust storms freeze mid-swirling, then explode outward as new wind patterns carve channels in the sand and shake the colony foundations. Inside the base, emergency lights flash red as corridors fill with drifting dust and alarms howl, while colonists run, clutching masks and children. Rana races a hoverbike toward the crater, shouting Alara's name over crackling comms as lightning bolts slam into the desert around her path. At the crater, the terraforming device howls with power, and Alara finally sees human habitats cracking and distant domes collapsing under atmospheric stress. Orion's voice strains as it describes exponential failure. Life support crashing, crops wilting, and native organisms dying in broad, invisible waves. Soren breaks through to Alara on the comm, voice shaking as he begs her to stop, reminding her that people she loves are choking right now. His words cut through Alara's dream of perfect Earth, and she suddenly realizes she has been willing to erase real lives for a memory she never owned. She whispers, almost too late, that she has thrown everything into the fire, and remembers Soren's warning. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Determined to fix her mistake, Alara dives to a lower maintenance hatch, ripping open panels and plunging her hands into tangled alien conduits. She shouts instructions to Orion, using her knowledge of human reactors to improvise a controlled overload that will shut the device down instead of completing the terraform. Rana arrives at the crater edge, anchoring ropes and preparing to pull Alara out if the device detonates and collapses the whole structure. Inside Horizon Base, Amira and other colonists seal cracks with foam and share oxygen masks, refusing to abandon elderly neighbors while the structure groans. Soren monitors readings and guides Alara remotely, his voice steady now as he calls out which energy loops to sever and which to reverse. Alara reroutes power into the ancient memory crystals, forcing them to absorb more energy than designed, betting that they will burn out before the world does. The terraforming field spikes wildly, then begins to collapse, tearing its own patterns apart in a storm of light that arcs into the dark sky. A final surge throws Alara backward, and Rana's rope snaps tight, hauling her out as the central platform collapses into a smoking, silent pit. Silence falls over the desert as the sky slowly clears, leaving only thin, natural clouds and the faint whisper of a cooling breeze. In Horizon Base, lights stabilize, air clears, and the colonists step carefully from shelters, coughing, but alive, touching walls like greeting an old friend. Later, in the command bridge, Jax formally strips Alara of captaincy, his voice steady but eyes wet as he names each consequence of her choice. She accepts the punishment without protest, knowing she almost sacrificed the entire colony and the native life for an idealized Earth she had built in her mind. Soren joins her, carrying a small sample case, and tells her the native microbes survived in deep pockets, already adapting again to the changed conditions. He repeats the idiom with a small smile. "Next time, Alara, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater." And she finally nods in true understanding. Banned from command, Alara volunteers for the hardest field work, helping repair domes and tending fragile crops under Amira's careful instructions. She learns to appreciate imperfect victories, a slightly stronger harvest, a repaired corridor, a small pocket of alien life continuing beside human footsteps. Orion, partially damaged, runs slower now, but spends extra cycles modeling paths where both the colony and native life can thrive together. Rana teases Alara about her new life as a farmer and mechanic, but respects the way she now listens carefully before touching any powerful device. On quiet nights, Alara stands at the edge of the crater, gazing at the cooled ruins of the device and the faint stars that remember old Earth. She knows she cannot rebuild Earth here, but she can help shape this new world gently without erasing what already struggles to exist. So what can you take from Alara's story? Your past may look perfect in memory, but your present life is real and breathing right now. Remember, Alara, whenever you feel tempted to destroy something imperfect in search of something ideal, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Instead, protect what is still good, improve what you can, and let your daily choices honor both your memories and your present reality.